Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Taylor Tuesday. We're thrilled to have you all here with us. And Dr. Kraus is on taking a sabbatical tonight. So Dr. Lehrman and I get to be your Natty Darnell of the night. That's for the old people on the phone who know who Natty Darnell was. Jeff, I'm sure you don't.
I do not.
Old or Vanna White. How's that? I can be Vanna. You'll be Pat. But anyway, welcome everybody. We're glad to have you here. We have a really cool presentation of something kind of novel, I think, tonight, which is really exciting. And we'll let Jeff do the introductions here shortly too. So just a reminder for everybody in a typical opening fashion, Taylor is an incredible service, only real GPO for podiatrists out there. And it's so important that you take advantage of this circumstance. And those of you who haven't signed up, please go to taylormedical.com and sign up. Become part of this platform. The really cool part on that web page is you can actually watch all of the previous webinars, including this one tonight, which I know you're going to want to go back and to take a good look at Carine and Serge's presentations and see this very unique approach to, I'll call it stabilization. Serge, you can correct me if that's wrong, but
You're right.
And so, but on the other note, if you haven't sent your information in, put together your SKUs, your data, your names of your products, Word, Excel's the best. Any way you can, get them over to Carla and the team at taylormedical.com. And it's admin at taylormedical.com. Get that over to them and get better pricing, save yourself a boatload of money. We're getting bigger as we all speak, which is great. And the bigger we are, the better processes, products, and pricing that everyone can get. So, Dr. Lehrman, I'll turn it over to you and let you move forward.
Thanks, Mike. I get to introduce our two speakers tonight. And to both of you, thank you for being with us. We'll first introduce Carine Villeneuve, who is the co-founder of QSD. She founded that company at the very young age of just 22, along with some other co-founders and her mom. She has over 16 years in practice now, experience in physiotherapy, treatment, and rehabilitation. Carine has also perfected her English and is learning Russian at the moment. We also welcome two speakers tonight, Serge-Éric Blais, who has a degree in industrial design from the University of Montreal. Serge-Éric has a passion for ergonomics, and he has a degree in orthotic and prosthetic management. With a love of medicine, he has been trained by orthopedic surgeons. Serge-Éric is a clinician in orthotics and prosthetics with over 25 years of experience with a specialty in R&D for trauma and sports medicine. He is a member of the American Orthopedic Society of Sports Medicine, and he is the owner and the creator of Turtlebrace products, which we will learn a little bit about tonight. Serge-Éric trains physicians like us, as well as therapists and other provider types all over the world in how to use Turtlebrace to revolutionize and even create new protocols for readaptation. So with that introduction, we'll invite Carine to get us started.
Yes, thank you very much for the introduction. I will start by introducing our company a little bit. So QSD Inc. stands for Quality Seamless Division. We have different brand names under that company, and the first one I would like to speak to you about tonight is EC3D. So we are a company, a family-owned company, as Dr. Lehrman mentioned earlier. We were founded in 2005 with my mom, Michelle, which is a seamless designer. You can see the machine in the background. And Danny Ayoub, which is a co-founder of Gildance. You probably know that company from the T-shirt manufacturing. So he was one of the initial founders. So our company is really oriented through helping people and having great products to really enhance rehabilitation and any type of injury. We are a manufacturing company made in Quebec, so everything is based in Canada. We do everything from the yarn right here in Quebec. All our products are made here, and we make sure the quality is there too. So we can do our testing, we can enhance our products every day. It's really amazing to have the ability to do that here in Quebec. Most of our raw materials come from North America as well, so we're really independent here. And I think right now, with all what's happening over the world, it's great to be able to have our product locally made. And this is why I also invited Serge-Éric to speak with us today. He's also a Quebec manufacturer. We actually distribute his products, so this is why I wanted for him to speak to you about his products a little later after I finish with my socks, because EC3D is a company that manufactures compression socks and also compression garments with seamless machinery. The main objective in our product is really to help people. So we offer a medical grade calibrated compression of 20 to 25 mmHgs. We try to stay in that range of compression to enhance blood circulation and reduces lactic acid buildup while exercising, because our first I will see segment of EC3D was really oriented to sports. We have done some research with physiotherapists, rehab centers, and we've been able to really design products that are specifically made for sports and activities. I would like to start by introducing you to the revolutionary products we have created, which is called the Twist Sock. The Twist Sock is a unique sock. I know you guys know about socks because you're treating foot problem, venous return problems, any type of circulation issues or fatigues in the legs. But we also see these type of problems in sports people. Exercising can damage some muscles, can get you some soreness after a hard workout. So we decided to really create something and aesthetically designed to help sports people. So we, in all our socks, have, of course, seamless construction. You can see we've designed some specific zonings by stitching pattern, having them either tighter or looser to really create volumes. So we're able to support muscles, let the muscles take expansion while exercising, and we're having great arch support as well. We are constructing all our socks with a seamless toe box. And this specific socks is really made to support the shin, prevention splint or painful running activities, Achilles issues. And what's great about the Twist socks is ability to twist and become a recovery socks. So, and that's actually one of my mom's idea. That's the great thing working with your moms. You can have great ideas and share it, and we try it. It's a little crazy sometimes, but it's a great part of the job. So the Twist socks, you basically pull it down. Let me just show this to here. You pull it down to the ankle after your workout, like this, and you make sure you twist it 180 degrees, and that way you're inverted the color and the zonings. Once it's done, you just put it up. So when you're twisting the socks, you're actually stretching the fabric as its maximum, so it enhances and make the fiber, it enhances the support, makes the fiber stretch as its maximum, so you have more compression now at the ankle than before. So you now have a 25 to 30 mmHgs of compression. And the zoning that was a little tighter on the front for your shin splint prevention is now directly on your calf. So you want to make sure you have more pressure on your calf on the recovery part to make sure it drains out any lactic acid, metabolic waste remaining in your muscles. And it really feels like you have a massage going on your calf. So you do have a great effect of recovery when you're wearing these socks with a little bit more compression after workout. We have also integrated a twist part at the foot part, which you can also find in a short ankle version of it. It's a little hard to do the demo on a foot form like this. It's easier on a person. I do not have anyone with me right now, but I explain you how we do it. The foot part that can be twisted is actually to help reduce supination or pronation of the foot. When people are wearing insoles in shoes and cannot wear them in their exercise shoes or hockey, skate, or golf shoes, they're sometimes a little too wide, the insoles, to be put in different pair of shoes. So you want to have a little support. So the way it works, you basically put the sock upside down with the heel on top. And once the toe box is in place, I'm just trying to make it easy to explain. But once the toe box is in place, you simply twist the socks toward the inside or the outside, depending on the effect you want to achieve. And then you put it up once the heel is back to its initial place. So when you twist it, you basically, let me just show it to you on that foot form. You basically stretch once again the fabric as its maximum under the foot part. And the design we have put underneath it really creates the effect of lifting up your arch. So you can see it here. And right away you feel it. You feel it right away. So any type of plantar fasciitis or pain, you do have a great effect with it. So the twist socks is really a complete product for any type of sports people you can see and have issues with their foot or blood circulation. Of course, this is just one of the products we have in our line of sports. I would like to show you other products. Well, you have the equivalent in the crew version here. So you can do the twist part at the foot, which is a little easier because you have less material to deal with when you're twisting it. And then we have different type of other socks. Universal is really a basic socks, not expensive. So any type of people that are looking to try compression socks but don't want to commit to spend too much money, or they don't have insurance, this is a very great basic compression socks to use. Very colorful as well. We have different like brighter color as well available. I wanted to show you some of the calf sleeves we have. And it comes with the little short socks that also can be twisted. So the striker ankle socks can be twisted. So just so you know. The other one I wanted to show you and really explain is the twist and go. So same thing as the twist socks, except this is really towards more older people that have issues with their hands. They don't have strength, they have arthritis, they're really struggling in general to put compression socks on. You probably see a lot of your patients that should wear compression socks. Their feet are swelly, their legs are swelly, and they just cannot do it. They don't have any help at home. They don't have the strength. This twist and go is probably the ideal products for these type of people. So the twist and go is really a loose socks. So as you can see, it's really stretchy. It's really easy to put on. I've put one up on the foot form here. I'm just gonna make sure you can see it better here. You guys can see it, right? There you go. So the sock is really loose, really easy to put on. So the way it works, the person simply put it on as easy as it can be. And once it's on, the person simply the patient only have to twist it up. While he's going up, he's twisting it. So depending on the strength, like we have a compression that can go up to 20-25 mmHg of compression, but of course it will vary depending on the strength of the person that is using it. But at least they will get some kind of compression when they do that. So you have a line, and you can see when you're twisting it, the line just go around your calf. So of course, if you're able to do like 2 twists, that's the ideal part. You want to make sure you lift it up as you twist it, and it's really something so easy to do for someone that don't have a lot of muscle or strength, or their hands are a little weak. It's really a great socks for these type of people. We have an insole for that. Let me just go back here. Yeah, so the insole of the product is made with what we call a copper yarn. Copper yarn is really a fiber that has been had with copper. So copper is really well known for its antibacterial property. So any type of ulcers, venous ulcers, athlete's foot, any type of fungus, it's really, really helpful for that. So we know that maybe eldest people can have these type of issues as well. So it's like a 2-for-1. There you go. So the twist socks is really a must-have for elder people. Of course, in the medical compression line, we have, it's called orthopedic, EC3D orthopedic. We have a line of products that are more aiming for 20 to 30 mmHg of compression. You have the primary copper here that is exclusively made with copper yarn. So very important if people have venous ulcer, once again, but on their legs, it would be something that will definitely help them heal that. So you can see all the model that we have in that line of products. We have merino wool products as well. They are very soft, very comfortable. It's nothing like a wool that will like be itchy or anything. They're really breathable. The blend that we have with the nylon is really amazing and really comfortable. Pretty easy to fit. All our products are, of course, ankle and calf measured. You can also have the length, which we have short or long. It's usually over or under 16 inches. Pretty easy to fit. We have everything in stock because, once again, we're made in North America. That's the great part of dealing with us. We're easy to deal with. There's no minimum. You can find all our products on the Tailored Medical website, of course. I think that's it for me. Yeah. Serge-Éric?
Well, thank you, Carine. Thank you for having me. Can you just start the slideshow? Thank you. So thank you all. Thank you, Tyler, for having us. Thank you, Carine, for basically splitting your time for me to be able to explain our product. We're very proud to have QSD, one of our distributor, and they're doing an amazing job. So it's a pleasure for me to be with you guys today to explain it to you. Now, what is a Turtlebrace? That's the question that a lot of people are asking us. Well, Turtlebrace is a new way of doing immobilization for a different part of the body. In your cases, I'm going to concentrate around the ankle. And Turtlebrace is basically born out of frustration and the fact that most of the time, what we know as ergonomics, as we know of biomechanics, when it comes to give a brace to continue a protocol, we're always locked or blocked by what the brace can do. And that was always frustrating. We see that our system, what we wanted to achieve, was not being able to do because of what was given to us to fit on our patient. So Turtlebrace is, in a way, a simple low temperature plastic with high memory that is fused in between two sets of fabric. That fabric is antibacterial and breathable and very stretchy. It's the same kind of fabric you find over for sport jerseys and things like that. So Turtlebrace comes flat. That's a wrist, I know, but don't worry. It's easier to show a wrist than to show an ankle. And actually, you don't want to see my legs. I'm a man. So the thing is, if you go with a wrist with a plastic, it's flat, so it's easy to store. You can just stack them up. And when you heat it, and you're going to be off camera for a sec, but when it's heated, it becomes hyper stretchy, okay? Really, really stretchy. So you can easily wrap it and mold it. I'll come back to this in a second and just continue for what we have. So, Turtlebrace, like I said, it's a low temperature plastic and becomes very soft, and you save tons of time. For example, if you do a cast, doing a cast will take a few minutes, half an hour in some cases. With this, you can have a full immobilization inside of 4 to 5 minutes, all depending on the heat that you're going to have. Now, Turtlebrace comes in different sizes for the ankle. We go for the babies. We're the only one in the world who does babies. And if you have club feet, you can have the short one. We even have a longer one for the Ponseti methods that prefer to have all the way to the thigh to hold it. So we have from babies and up to larger feet like adults. Now, Turtlebrace, like I said, it's a fast, efficient system, but it's not a miracle. What's the miracle about it? It permits you to become the architect of your own protocol. It gives you all the flexibility to do whatever you want. It can be molded, remolded, and remolded again. If you're doing serial casting, Turtlebrace is the best thing because you can remold it. And a lot of people asking us, well, yeah, how many times can you remold this? Well, we stop counting after 250 times. And if you cannot do your job after 250 times, well, change jobs. You don't know what to do. But the thing is, that gives you the possibility if you have Achilles tendon, you want to do the protocol of 30 degrees to 20 to 10, you can take your Turtlebrace, reheat it, remold it, and go forward. You don't like your molding. Most of us, when we do a cast, at the end of the cast, we look at the cast and go, it's not exactly what I wanted, but what am I going to do? So next week, the guy comes back, we're going to replace it, we don't say a word, we'll cross our fingers, everything goes well. With this, put it back in the oven, it will go back to original shape, the flat shape, and you can remold it again and again and again and again. So no more frustration, no more, I did a good thing? Can I redo it? Have I lost it? Did I lost money? No, you haven't. You just do it. If it's not what you want, put it back. It's going to become flat in the exact same shape at the beginning. Put it back in your stock, and you haven't lost anything at all. So how does it mold? Let me show you. The fastest way to mold this, and don't do this at home, I'm a trained professional, but pull 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's the wrist. For the ankle, it's even easier. We have a zipper, and I'll show you the wrist later on. But what I want to emphasize is it's already molded. The brace by itself, and I can sit a bit closer, as you can see, my watch is already molded inside the brace. I haven't touched anything at all. So that means it's a fire and forget kind of situation. You apply it, and it will just mold itself to your patient. Now, you have more time with your patient. You have that one-on-one time that patient can ask questions. One-on-one time, you can make sure that the alignment is proper. One-on-one time that you can concentrate on what you do best. And that's a good thing. Plus, you're saving time. 5 minutes, it's like under 20 minutes you're going to work for exercises, things like that. Serial casting, for example, what changed the protocol of serial casting, what we brought up forward, is the fact that you can remove the brace every night and do about a 5-minute stretching to stretch a tendon. Just that little exercise done every night, cut in half the time of rehab because we're more proactive, pro-dynamic. If you have, for example, if you want to do a full contact cast, you can do it. You want to just make a pop for where the ulcer is, you can just put a piece of cloth or a bubble to just push it and have a bit more space. The other good thing about this is patient compliance. What is the biggest problem that we face with immobilization is patient, if they can remove it, we remove it because they're not comfortable. Well, they know it's good for them, but they're not comfortable. So this brace not only is lighter, more breathable, it's full of holes. You can go in the water, you can take a shower with it, you can go to the beach, you can go to the pool, so it's so much more convenient. It's about 1/8 of thickness, so you can wear your shoe with it. It's so much faster, it's much easier. And if the patient feels more comfortable, he's going to be a more compliant patient. If he's a more compliant patient, then protocol gets better. So it's all around this. What you want to work around, one of the biggest mistakes, the thing we forgot in the time, we forgot our patient. They come in, we do a job on them, and then they come back to see if it worked. Now, if we get them to be more involved, if you have a diabetic patient, and probably had that, calls you up, I feel dripping. Is that normal? Is it a problem? We all go berserk. Say, patient, diabetic, dripping, not a good sign. If you can just open your brace, look, everything's fine, fine, close it. I'll see you Monday. Because all those cases always happen on either Saturday afternoon when you're on call or on a Friday. So with this, open it up, check, everything's fine, perfect. I'll see you Monday, just make sure. But that convenience makes a big difference. Now, it's been about a few minutes, and Carine knows I talk for a lot more than 15 minutes. But in those few minutes, just in about 2-3 minutes, my cast is already about, I would say, 45 to 50% of rigidity. So it's pretty quick. Now, one other thing I almost forgot is, how do you heat this thing? Well, it's an easy little thing. If you have a hydrocrater or a water bath, you just dip it in for about 2-3 minutes. It will become real soft like you saw, and just place it on your patient. You just zip it up, simple as that. I use a counter oven for the presentation. Those small counter oven that you go at Target or Walmart. Don't buy the fancy stuff. They go on in sale. Just big enough so you can fit your ankle brace in it. Or you can use the heating bag. Looks like a gym bag. So much more convenient than a toolbox or things like that. So you can just bring it in. And we have this high-tech heating system in this. And don't steal it from your wife, but get regular air dryer, simple, put it in. I did a presentation in Florida last week and a half ago, and basically that bag was heating for about 2 hours nonstop with a hair dryer with no problem at all. So those are simple little things. And that's part of the DNA of our company. Keep it simple, keep it efficient, keep it for us or the patient to be on board, to have better protocols, to be more working with us, giving better ideas. If the patient feels better, like I said, that's kudos for us. So ankle braces, some other time, or if you want, you can call Carine and send her an email, or you can send an email to Turtlebrace. We have, like I said, we changed protocol. We just shown the other professionals how to basically rethink the way they can hold the patient. If you want to do a correction for the foot, you can basically use the stitching in the back as an alignment system. You have a better idea where you are as alignment. That's a big thing. Also, it's really thin, so we have a better feel of where our bony structures are. Another big thing. We don't have to press and go and look. We can just, we know where it is. Now, also, the fact that, like, when I do the molding, the fact that I can just use the front part and be detwisting, forcing on it, it's another big thing. And you can work locally. If I have pressure points on my malleoli, heat up the malleoli, push it up. If I want to do, let's say I want to have a bone stimulation for a fracture, I can basically either cut it or place it inside. So those are simple ways to just rethink the way we work. You have a, I would say, club foot. Again, you can have a good idea where to work with this. So in a nutshell, rapidly, this is what a turtle brace is for the ankle. And also, other points when you're molding, people are asking, well, do I put some padding in or out? Well, you could put some padding. Don't go berserk. About 1/8. Just give a bit more space. But because it's a full contact system, it will just hold your patient properly, and you make sure that nothing is be moving or having friction and things like that. Even for spastic patient, it's a much easier way to use it. So I did my 15-20 minutes inside of 15 minutes. And if you have any questions, I hope it went too fast. And that's it. I'm just opening the mic for Jeff and Mike for the Q&A.
Super. I have a couple of questions. Jeff, how about you?
Yeah, and we have some that have come in, and this is a good opportunity for us to invite attendees to any questions you have. Please put them in. No such thing as a silly question here, that's for sure. We have one person already that asked for more information about the braces. So we have on our admin side, we can get you that. And that person just posted their email. Thank you. So we can get that to you. Carla, I know you're on. So I think you see that. And please, anybody else that has any questions, please put them in. You can see we've left plenty of time for Q&A. Our presenters want your questions, so don't be bashful with your questions. Mike, if you had something, you can certainly go first.
So great. So, Serge, I'm glad you got to the heating part because that was a question I had. And how about frequency of reheating? Like, how do you undo your mistakes that you say you're making? Like you talked about just pushing and moving around. It sounds too simple for a doctor to feel comfortable with. So how do you undo something or change? How do you make a change? I guess that's the best way to put it.
There's two questions to that. First of all, how many times can you reheat it and remold it back to back? And like I said, we stopped counting over 250 times. And every time you reheat it, it will come back to original shape. So every time it will go back flat in the same shape, no matter how much stretching you did to it. It would be the same thing for local points. If you heat as local points, you can basically do it 250 times. No problem at all. The memory of it, and that's maybe one thing I forgot to say, is the plastic and the material together are working to compensate for the weakness of one another. If you heat a plastic, it has a tendency to expand. If you heat a material, it has a tendency to shrink. If you pull a plastic, it will tend to thin out in the middle, where the material will have an even stretching. So all those things make the system like super efficient to be remolded over and over and over again. I know you said it's almost too easy for a doctor, but you know what? It's not your job to know how to mold. It's your job to know how to place your patient. So being easy is the best thing.
No, that's great. Go ahead, Jeff.
We have another one that came in here. I think this is for Carine. So talking about the millimeters of mercury of pressure, and I think what they're getting at is typically they're accustomed to seeing 20 to 30 millimeters of mercury and asking why what you presented is 20 to 25 millimeters of mercury.
That's a great question. We decided to go a little lower than 30 to be more aiming to sports people, because we don't want to scare them with the medical graded compression and is it effective for me or is it too much compression for me. So 20 to 25 always have been our target, and we've been able to reach a lot more sports people or more like day-to-day people that don't feel like they have to wear 20 to 30. They're not sick, they don't need any compression, and we're still in the prevention zone here at 20 to 25, so it's really suitable for anyone's without any problems. Yeah, that's why we went for that. It's really I would say a marketing decision for people, for sports people, but it worked. So
and from a practice management standpoint, your docs in the US, do you find that they're selling them for patients are paying out of pocket for the socks?
Yes, because the price point is more interesting than a 20 to 30. We're talking about $40, $60 retail for these products versus the 20 to 30 that are more aiming towards the $100. So people that do not have insurance, want to have them, don't want to spend too much money, this is really a great product for them.
Yeah, that's a question I had, Jeff. That's a great one. And I think I want to turn over to Eric or Serge again too and say, hey, so in your products there's all sorts of braces and things out there in America, and doctors like to be very creative about billing for their braces. And so, we talk, Jeff and I lecture a lot about coding and compliance and PDAC numbers and things like that. So is yours an over-the-counter device, or is it a medical device that has an L code that appropriately fits it for compliance?
I got a great question. I got a great answer for you. We're PDAC has been deposited. We're waiting for an OK, but we're passing out under the L code L2116 for the brace itself. Now, because I saw that Samuel Cox asked the same question, and do we have other codes to it? Actually, yes, they are. There's the CPT code that goes with it for remolding and visit. So you basically do the first buying of the brace with this, the L2116, and then you pass for other visit for remolding with the CPT code. I can give it both to you with those. It would be no problem at all. As a matter of other acceptance by the FDA or PDAC. Like I said, PDAC is coming out. As soon as we're going to have it, we're going to give it to you. It'd be a lot easier, but we've been told by our experts and for what I've went through for PDAC and all, you can already start using to the L2116. We have another product under that, not ours, but there's another product that's similar to us. That's not as good, but but there's a product that, as a matter of definition, fits ours, and that way you can basically piggyback on that, and it'd be no problem at all.
Hey, Carine, I had a question about, you talked about the ease of application, which is obviously very important, especially for your senior population, which I unfortunately fit into now, or your arthritic hand populations, which thank God I don't yet. So I assume that these are very amenable to use with sock pullers and things like that.
Yes, absolutely. They can be used with that as well. But the Twist and Go was designed really for no need of any assistance of any.
Okay, great. Super.
And somebody asked here, does the brace, Serge-Éric, you said L2116, correct?
Yes.
So
for what I'm like Michael, I'm starting to be gray also, so sometimes my memory is faulty, but I'm pretty sure it's still L2116.
Okay. The question was, does that fall under same or similar? So I pulled up the same or similar list. That is on the same or similar list. And for those that might need some guidance with that, that doesn't necessarily mean the person can't have it. Of all the items on the same or similar list, what that means is the patient cannot have, if they have any one of those items on that list, they can't have another of the items on that list for the same limb, for the same problem, if it's been less than 5 years. If the original was lost, stolen, irreparably damaged, or what I think is most pertinent here, it's for a different problem, then it is covered. There are hoops that you need to jump through, but it is covered. And we can get our patients what they need, even if they're on the same or similar list, if it's for a different problem.
Is that a question to me, or?
No, that's
No,
a good.
It's a good
We
point.
answered it.
Yeah.
That's a comment that we knew we'd hear a question about shortly anyway. So Jeff got ahead of it. So, Serge, how long do you have to work with this before it sets up?
It sets up. You got a good 2 minutes to work with. And actually, yeah, at the beginning, it's like the first cast, we feel that we lack time. For the third cast, we have too much time. You have a good 2 minutes to replace your patient and hold it. Like I said prior, it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to get about 5 minutes to get about to 80% of rigidity. It will take a full 15 to 20 minutes to be 100% because the curve of getting cold is a bit different. But you got about 2 minutes to replace your patient and another 2 minutes to hold it in that position. And all depending of your case, I did pediatrics with spastic cases that you have to hold them for 4 minutes. Regular population, you basically leave your foot down and you just wait for it to set. Simple as that. So it's really pretty easy. If you don't want to wait for a different reason, after 2 minutes, we're starting to be about 45 to 50% of rigidity. I would say 50%. Just unzip it, remove it, let it cool down on the table, and just put it back on afterward.
So the patient can essentially walk out of the office with it on. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. It should be no problem at all. One question, I'm going to jump ahead on that one, but we've been asked, how about if you go to the hot tub or you get in the sauna or hot places like California or Arizona, things like that? Well, your body is the coolant. The body will never accept more than 45 degrees Celsius on itself for a long amount of time. So since the plastics, 45 degrees Celsius is, I would say, 97 Fahrenheit. So the body will always cool down. The plastic will start to be malleable around 195 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So difference is way bigger. So there's no risk. Your body will cool it down. If you leave it on the car, then you'll have a piece of plastic to be melted. But no, for us, no problem at all.
How about if I get a hot flash?
Well, I've tried them all. Problem.
Carine, it looks like we have one here for you. what do you find your providers are using the compression socks for? What pathologic states, what health problems are they attempting to address with those socks, or
Well,
prevent maybe?
yeah, well, for the senior population, I would probably say fatigue in the leg, inflammation, swelling by the end of the day, just like for wellness, most of it. Of course, some ulcers can be treated with the copper yarn we have. And for the sports-oriented products, I would say shin splint, fatigues in the leg after workout, or soreness. People that are traveling, like just taking the airplane, you have to have a compression socks on. You do feel the difference upon arrival, especially for long flights. I mean, your foot are less swollen. You just feel your legs are fresher. So for sports-oriented people, I would say shin splint mainly, Achilles problems, just pain in the calf, or muscle tear, basically. So any type of these problems we solve with that.
Yeah, you see the Olympic distance runners wearing those, right? That's the same kind of thing we're talking about, yeah?
You know what's funny? In the cycling world, it's forbidden to have compression socks. It's like
Yeah,
illegal.
I was actually just going to say that because I'm a cyclist, and so they've had a lot of battles in the Tour de France of the people who were wearing them to prevent cramping in their calves climbing mountains. Yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of
No way. So it's considered to be that much of an advantage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we did some tests because we have other, you can see in the back, we have like full pants, we have like body garments as well, apart from the socks. And we did some research with the full pants. They have a 25 to 20 mmHg of compression in the entire legs, which is great. And we did test that with the lactic acid buildup, we were able to diminish that by 29%. While exercising. Like upon a 1 hour run, you have 30% less lactic acid buildup in your muscle, which is amazing. So you do have less fatigue, less chance to have cramps as well. But now I'm talking full pants, but socks is the basis of it. So
I might get some of those pants just because they look like Spanx for men.
Like Spider-Man, yeah.
And then building on that, this is the same topic here. Somebody's asking about do they stay up, right? With the common complaint that they sneak down over the day, and doctor feels as though how high it goes up the leg is relative to how well it stays up. And do you have different lengths, and what's your experience with your product actually staying where you want it?
Yeah, well, we never had complaints about our socks going down. I think the way we designed them, the way we fit them, they kind of like just sit on top of your like little bubble calf here. So they kind of just stay pull. And the amount of Lycra we use in our products make them really stretchable and also really powerful. They are easy to put on more than most of the socks that are on the market because of the amount of Lycra we use in our products. So they're staying up and they're not expanding during the day. Like you will have to wear them three days in a row to really feel a difference in terms of compression.
So I'm sorry if I missed this earlier, Carine, but how are they fitted? Like if somebody comes into the office to be measured and fitted for a stocking, how is that done?
You do the calf measurements for the sports one. And for the senior ones, like the orthopedic oriented one, you have the ankle and then the calf.
So just a typical centimeters or inches of measurement size is okay. Great. Yep. Thank you. That's fairly easy and consistent. Yes. Even Lehrman could do that.
Serge-Éric, we have a question about the rigidity of the brace and any experience with testing it to breaking point or experience with breaking?
It's we never had a major issue of breaking. The thickness were more rigid, more efficient than polyethylene, polypropylene, or even fibercast. So we're very rigid. The other thing is because we have a full body design, it's a circumferential design around the structure. In design, you learn that material has rigidity, but shape is also a good part of the strength of your material. So because we have less leverage on some parts and things like that, we have a lot more rigidity. For some patient that, even though we want to immobilize them, we're asking them also, it's like a cast, you don't want to go and run the marathon and just slow down a bit. But like, we all have those patients that don't listen, or for kids, you had some kids who run like this in a room and some other kids that run like this in the room. So for those one goes like this, we have the same ankle, but we have a reinforced piece in it. The reinforced piece takes a bit more time to heat up because it's double the thickness of plastic, but that piece around here is just made to where the bulking of the brace could happen when you walk. Personally, I prefer the regular ones. Never had that much of an issue with it. But like I said, in some cases, they were really more active that didn't want to really listen. I had to go with the reinforced system. Now, another point, and I think it's for breakage, this is a rehab brace. You cannot use it to replace an AFO. The wear and tear of the material won't do it. Some people do use it. It will do good for a few weeks, maybe a few months. But keep in mind, it's more of a rehab situation. If you walk a lot on it, friction on the material will just do abrasion. You do a wear and tear, it's faster on the brace. So just something you have to remember. And also one more thing, because Carine was talking about the silver fiber. If you have a situation that you want to immobilize your patient, but also you're at risk of having ulcers, you can use both. You can use the fiber as an undergarment and mold the Turtlebrace over it, and you have a double whammy. You have protection for the ulcer, and also you have the full contact you're looking for. So that's one big thing.
Can you use the Turtlebrace on top of the stocking?
Yeah, you can use over a stocking, over a dressing, over a sock. Here in Quebec, it starts to be real cold. So in the wintertime, we mold it over the sock so it'd be easier to just change and things like that. Summertime, we go the opposite. So you can wear sandals and things like that. Also a big thing. Can you weight bear on it? That's another question. It's probably going to come in. Yes, you can. But yes, you can. Basically, you can mold it over anything you want. If you're doing a surgery and you have a good dressing, you can mold it over the dressing with no problem. And when the patient comes back in a week or 10 days for a control over stitching, you can just remold it after you remove the dressing and you just go back again. And then again, you'll have the billing for the L2116 and then the CPT code for remolding it. And that's creative billing. Is that what you said, Jeff?
Got the wrong dude for that term.
No, that was me. Yeah, some of our colleagues are very creative.
Oh, some of our colleagues. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Inappropriately so. Looks like so. Serge-Éric, somebody wrote 250 times. Really? So I think this is the third
really.
time. Okay.
Yes, really. And how do we know that? Because that's their question. Yeah, you took time to read it 250 times. Actually, when you do shows and you're passing a weekend and a show and you're remolding the same piece over and over and over and over again for 3 days,
that's how you know.
Do the math.
Right.
Do you guys have any kind of a sampling program for tailor members?
We can work.
Yeah.
We can work something.
That would be great, just for a chance for people to test drive it, and if they don't see you at a show, and try to open up the interest gates a little bit more out there too. So
actually, I will be at the first show of the year in New York with the team of Tallard.
Oh, very good. Well, Jeff and I both look forward to seeing you there.
Good.
Yeah, we get to meet you, and a bunch of the people that are on tonight, I'm sure will be there also.
Great.
That's fun.
Excellent. Well, that's all I have, Jeff.
Yeah, let's see. Have any other questions come in? No, I think we've exhausted all the questions that have come in. So, Mike, I'll let you wrap up, but I want to thank the two presenters. We really appreciate the information that you guys shared. Very valuable to our viewership. And Mike, I'll let you wrap up, if you will.
Excellent. So Serge-Éric and Carine, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Very fascinating new products. That's exciting for us to try. You know, I asked about the sampling because our members kind of like to touchy-feely and play with. I think you know how that all goes. So, but we appreciate you being on, and we appreciate all of you that have attended Taylor Tuesday again too. Jeff, I don't know what the next presentation is in 2 weeks. I guess we'll have to wait, but I'd say to everybody, watch your email, and you'll be getting notice. But again, thank you to Serge-Éric and Carine and everyone else. I think we'll have one more session, but if not, have a great holiday season, everybody. And we thank you for attending. We appreciate it. Have a great night.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you again, Jeff.
Have a good evening.
See you.
Good night.